The Moonshine Jungle Tour is the ongoing second concert tour by American singer-songwriter Bruno Mars in support of his second studio album, Unorthodox Jukebox. The tour began on June 22, 2013 and will continue through September 6, 2014. A promotional trailer and behind-the-scenes footage of the tour were released through Mars' official YouTube channel and website. In April 2013, Bruno Mars announced that the tour would include Australia in February and March 2014. A promotional trailer and behind-the-scenes footage of the tour were released through Mars' official YouTube channel and website. As of September 10, 2013, the tour has grossed $40.5 million from the first 42 shows and dragged more than 565,000 fans, according to John Marks when interviewed by Billboard. The tour was ranked 23 among the top 25 tours of 2013, being able to sell out 44 shows in 48, with a gross of $46,417,795 only in North America shows. In 2013, he played 84 shows, giving him a total of $72.4 million in grossment. In January 2014, Bruno Mars announced a second leg in North America, with 35 concerts being scheduled in the United States and 6 in Canada, with Pharrell joining Mars on select dates, and Aloe Blacc will be the support act. Background: after Matt Gall from Paradigm put on the Doo-Wops and Hooligans tour, Marks was hired for Mars' second headlining tour. Mars' team at WME includes, besides John Marks, Sarah Newkirk-Simon, Tony Goldring, Michelle Bernstein and Ben Totis. Mars is managed by Brandon Creed, and a team at Creed Company that includes Kevin Beisler and Rob Bornstein. On January 2012, it was decided that Bruno Mars would not play in any theaters or ballrooms like on the previous tour. This decision came from the success that Mars was experiencing, not only for the sold-out arenas but also due to the dynamic performances. John Marks, in an interview to Billboard, confessed that the decision of making the leap from smaller venues to arenas, it's never an easy one, and added you take precautions to make sure that you don't leave any empty seats, since the analytics only give you so much. At Billboard's backstage, Mars manager, Brandon Creed, said that Mars was more focused and excited than nervous. He spends a lot of time rehearsing and preparing, and directing and doing choreography, everything, he said. It's all him. He takes it from the past and brings it to today. Wait till you see the tour. He was really excited. We're going into rehearsals now, so I don't have much to share, but it's going to be incredible, he said. It's hectic, but it's amazing. It's a thrill to work with an artist so talented. The tour was first scheduled to take off in February, however the record was late in coming even though they had booked the tour a year in advance. Nevertheless, most artists decided to tour in the first quarter, instead of waiting for summer. As a result, the tour was pushed to summertime. Since they didn't want to take risks or leave empty seats, they started by looking at different types of venues. John Marks shares that we had, generally, 3 different configurations going before we even sold past the 180 degrees. Using 5 cities as tests to see how good it was selling, and if the prices of the tickets were too expensive. Marks expressed his opinion towards the mistake of scheduling tour cities by saying, generally, the mistake people make is picking too many cities. Artists can generally play 24 dates, and when you get beyond that, sales start dropping off, and that a Euro unregistered trademark is when it gets a little bit dangerous. He added, we picked 44 dates, which is ambitious. There was a lot of work towards how they opened up the venues, since they were bullish on what they thought they could sell. John explains, we did go pretty deep into the markets. We could a Euro unregistered trademark very easily done a second Chicago date, but we decided to go with Minneapolis instead, which sold out on the on-sale. According to Marks, ticket sales spiked after Locked Out of Heaven was a huge success. Eat a Euro unregistered trademark is the type of song that really motivates people to purchase a ticket. It has that live element to it. It was a very active track. Or even after the Grammy performance, since in Bruno's case everything was very consistent. Although the team thought it would spike sales, in the pop world, they say, He hit records cure cancer so they can do just about anything, concluded Marks. James Berry, monitor engineer for Bruno Mars, said the first time he took Bruno Mars' gig over to 1 year and a half ago, Mars and the background singers were using a competitor's model as microphone. I just knew there was a better microphone and capsule combination for him. Recalls, Berry. He also added, I began transitioning the background singers first, then worked with the front of house guy to get Bruno to try a Sennheiser microphone. For wireless audio in the tour, the Bruno Mars production team has relied on Sennheiser. Wireless touring rig Derek Brenner, front of house engineer, for 1 year and a half ago, remembers a point where Mars' audio infrastructure took a huge step forward. One of the main turning points was when James came in and said he would not use anything else but the Sennheiser wireless for Euro unregistered trademark S when everything changed. Brenner respects and trusts Berry's opinions since he has worked with Beyoncé Copyright, Weezer and lots of other great bands. Mars is very involved with Brenner and Berry on the way things sound and has very clear ideas on what he wants and what he expects. Nowadays, there is no discussion. Mars wants Sennheiser and that what he gets wherever he is playing. Promotion. John Marks said that we solicited all of the agencies and asked for everybody a Euro unregistered trademark S suggestions towards who should be the opening act for Bruno's tour. Eventually, Bruno decided to pick Ellie Goulding, making everything easier since she is represented by WME. She was seen as some sales guarantees for Bruno's tour. WME decided to announce the tour after the Grams performance. Although no details were given about the tour, then they fed it daily or weekly with new information regarding the tour. 2 days after the performance they announced the cities and a few days later the dates and venues were announced. This made the tour different from the usual, since everything is announced together and at the very least you go on sale later that week. And it was very unlikely to go on sales 2.5 weeks later with the first round of dates. Following a performance at the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas on September 21, Mars will travel to the United Kingdom and Europe for a 2-month arena tour. Mars also has a handful of Australian-New Zealand concerts scheduled for early 2014, and will play another 40 dates in North America beginning next June and ending up around mid-August, as the fourth leg, according to Marks. Development. Even though WME schedules tour for acts like Lady Gaga, Usher, Peter Gabriel, Sheryl Crow and Justin Timberlake, John Marks confessed that booking the Moonshine Jungle Tour was one of the most exciting experiences in his 37-year career in the touring space. And that was the reason behind him giving this interview. He claims, I stopped giving interviews years ago, but I had to do this for Bruno, because he's that special. He finished his idea by saying this whole project has been exciting, unique and special. They decided to price each market differently. They had 2 markets, P1 and P2. In the end, they had 4 different price points, and secondary cities where we had a less expensive ticket, we had maybe 2 or 3 different price points. Although, John Marks claims that, when you go on sale as if it's selling front to back. If it isn't, you've obviously priced your tickets in the front too high, he finalized by saying we didn't experience any of that. WME, after reading the American Express and Citibank proposals, decided not to do a pre-sale. After talking with Mars management, it was set that there was not going to be a pre-sale. This decision received negative views because some people thought it was a good idea, but generally in the beginning everyone thought it was a terrible idea. He thinks all the buyers find this as a very key element. When Marks was asked if could go back in the past and change anything, what would he change, he answered, I hope this doesn't sound boastful, but everything came together perfectly on this tour. He added special thanks to the Smeezingtons for their writing, to the label Atlantic Records for bringing the song home since it worked well thanks to everyone's efforts. Marks believes that Mars came here to stay for the next years as an arena headlining act. He is a certifiable, global phenomena that will find arenas a small venue in the years ahead. Yower Euro unregistered trademark LLC. This guy play wherever he wants to play. Critical response. Chris Richards' review for The Washington Post was glowing in its praise. Sprawling video screens. Blasts of smoke, fire and confetti. a disco ball the size of a Toyota Prius. The performance of the singer who sold out Washington unregistered trademark S Verizon Center was one of those rare, thrilling, upside-down pop concerts where instead of rigidly trying to recreate the high sheen of various hit singles, the singer takes complete control of the songbook, reshaping it at will. Which is to say, it was fantastic. The reviewer also mentioned the wide ranges that Mars Aprak's hopscotch through Motown, New Wave, later unregistered trademark 70s funk, mid-unregistered trademark 90s R&B, flaunting a pop fluency that unregistered trademark S earned him a vast and diverse horde of admirers. You could see it in Saturday Night unregistered trademark S audience there were baby boomers, babies of boomers, babies of babies of boomers, and in Section 100, an actual baby. However, he criticized the fact he still needs to learn how to assert his personality through all of his genre-jumping time travel. And put the Hooligans, the name of the backing band, on that ticket stub too. Writing for Billboard magazine, Jason Lipschitz felt that Bruno Mars' most impressive thing was the list of songs that was left out of the set list during his performance. He wrote that Mars' biggest asset as a performer has always been his ambidextrousness, and in his current stage show, the singer holds high notes, leads choreographed dances, plays electric guitar, plays acoustic guitar, plays drums, engages the crowd and even flirts with some ladies in the front row. He's a convincing whole package kind of pop artist, and like an Ace Pixar movie with in-jokes for parents, he expertly caters to his older and younger demographics at his live shows. He concluded his review with, his pop tracks may not possess enriching messages, but his tirelessness and dedication must be appreciated when seen in person. And appreciate it they did. When all was said and done, the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia roared with a collective dizziness usually reserved for the all-too-occasional Flyers playoff win. Sarah Rodman of the Boston Globe gave the show, especially the overall performance of Bruno Mars and his band, a critically positive review, opening her article with 14,785 fans in attendance left with more than a few beads of perspiration on their brow thanks to the indefatigable singer-songwriter unregistered trademark S ecstatic approach to performing. His show in Boston was so energetic that the energy never flagged as Mars displayed his flair for dramatics and classic showmanship, twisting, thrusting, and shimmying through retro soul jams. She adds Mars has chosen his band wisely as they not only bring his music to life but match his enthusiasm and hit every step alongside the boss. She concluded the review by saying clearly, much work, planning, and rehearsal went into the show, but Mars made it look easy. Jim Farber of New York Daily News praised the show aimed to recreate a bygone era of flashy entertainment, a disco age, tip of the Fedora Donati, 70s acts like the Jacksons, the Tramps and the Bee Gees. He described the music as befitting his Pacific rearing, Mars' music as an island ease and warmth. Although he ended up by criticizing the inhabited the glad-handing part so winningly, it hardly seemed to matter that the show wasn't a unregistered trademark T big on risk or depth. Commercial performance, due to high sales and consequently sold out of the concert at the Rose Bowl on July 28 of the Jay-Z Justin Timberlake. AEG was concerned about what that could affect Mars' show since July 28 was the Opry day, because he was going to perform at 27th and 28th July 2013. Furthermore, the Mars show only went available to sell a week after the Jay-Z Justin Timberlake show. However, due to the high demands of tickets, virtually, it was decided to open a second date and put it immediately on sale. After the first show sold out in real time, the second was lit up and also cleaned out. John Marks says we left 20,000 people in the virtual waiting room that would unregistered trademark they potentially bought other tickets. This could unregistered trademark they easily gone, we believe, to 3 or maybe 4 days. At the end of the day, we sold out 30,000 tickets and we were happy with that. We decided to close it at that. Marks confessed they had hold a second date in Toronto but they ended up by relaunching and putting on sale. They were able to sell 30,000 tickets in that city. They also added a second show in Denver at Red Rocks Amphitheater, since the Pepsi Center didn't make justice to the singer. Both shows were sold out in that day. All the dates on the American leg have been sold out, except in St. Louis, since its capacity was increased to 16,000 and sold 14,000. Besides selling every date, the stage was built so that we could have great sight lines. With the hope for success, we could open up into 240 degrees and maybe beyond. However, they ended up by opening and selling 270 degrees and consequently setting records in a lot of venues. Painstaking care was given to making sure that all the seats we opened in those areas could have a good experience with the show. All the success of the open seats was given to their production manager, Joel Foreman. Marks described the ticket sales as, "When we went up, we generally went up and out. And on some of those dates that were a little bit slower, I'd only a unregistered trademark to think anything went up with less than 7,000 tickets." The Australian leg is very ambitious, and is now 80% sold out. Most of the cons are in the 14,000 to 15,000 range and the grosses are all above $1 million per night. Adding that the dates only start in late February 2014. This represents 2 Sydney dates, 2 Melbourne dates sold out. Besides this dates they will be adding more. Right now, they have a total of 9 dates on sale there. As a result, Mars broke Vector Arena unregistered trademark house attendance record for a concert in a N-Stagia unregistered trademark mode, with 12,142 fans in attendance. The previous record was established in 2009. The record in New Zealand contributed to a successful tour in Australia and New Zealand, with 10 sold-out arenas across the 2 countries with total attendance over 130,000. Super Bowl XLVII halftime show and Bruno Mars act. After the Super Bowl XLVII halftime show, which featured Mars as the headline act and Red Hot Chili Peppers as the special guests. The tickets for his second North American tour experienced high demands, leading to Mars becoming the fastest entertainer to sell out 3 concerts at the Blaisdell Arena, in Hawaii. Since the morning of February 3, 2014, the average price for tour went up $150 to an average price of $500. Despite existence of some tickets left on the primary market for select shows, many were sold out. Ticketmaster also struggled to keep with demand, having to switch from their interactive seating maps for most events. The price for tickets on the primary market ranges from $49 to $100 for most shows. Bigger city shows prices range from $70 to $181. For shows at big venues, the average prices on the secondary market is north of $600 with the cheapest tickets going for $150. At these prices, Mars' upcoming tour ranks amongst the most expensive in the country this summer, ahead of One Direction tickets and Jason Aldean tickets, which are 2 of the highest prices for an American tours this spring and summer. 2 months after the Super Bowl, ticket prices on the secondary market weren't as expensive as after the game, but the tour still is one of the most expensive of 2014. Mainly, because of the secondary market, which is the only place to purchase tickets for most of the upcoming dates, since 27 of the 48 dates are sold out on the primary market. Due to the huge tickets reselling activities that occurred during the week after the Super Bowl, and in order to limit that kind of profiteering, Hawaii Senate President Donna Mikado Kim introduced Senate Resolution 12 yesterday, also known as the A-OE Bruno Mars Actor Euro. The A-OE Bruno Mars Actor Euro limits all ticket purchases within 48 hours of the on-sale to the physical box office. It ensures that anyone who comes all the way to the box office to buy tickets for their favorite show would almost certainly be guaranteed to leave with a ticket in hand, dissuade ticket scalping. The state senate in Hawaii passed the law. Setlist. Shows, notes. References.